Hello, this is Mike Fay with Calvin Castine, and we're at Northeastern Clinton Central School for the second CVAC game. This is the first home game for Northeastern. Their first contest in Saranac was a blowout, 6-0 Northeastern. From what I read in the paper, I was unable to attend, but from what I read in the paper, a very good game by the Cougars. 5 different players scored those 6 goals. So a real balanced attack for the Cougars, which is a great sign. You'll love to see that in soccer. Right tonight is going to be against the Beekmantown Eagles here at Northeastern. For the Eagles, number 11, Brad Daniels. Number 12, David Favreau. Number 18, Aaron Lutmer. Number 19, Joe Newman. 20, Lester Favreau. 22, Tucker Caron. 23, Tone Alt. 24, Tommy McGowan. 25, Nick Caron. 26, Stephen Hay. 28, Rob Record. 31, Adam Coe. 32, Andy Giroux. 33, Travis Tipton. 40, Dan Renedette. 42, Gene Giroux. And in goal, Dan Munson. The Eagles are coached by John Chapman. For Northeastern, number 1, Chad Fulbear. Number 2, Brad Delaney. Number 3, Paul Hamilton. Number 4, Jason Aintil. Number 5, Nick Legree. Number 6, Ryan Aintil. Number 7, Chris Clark. Number 8, Colin Allen. Number 10, Jeremy Dragon. 11, Mike Ashline. Number 12, Scott Morelli. Number 13, Matt Arno. 15, Brian LaFountain. Number 14, Jeremiah Colby. Number 16, Aaron Coulomb. 17, Jared Ashline. Number 18, Travis Dupree. 20, Pat Racine. 21, Brent Langlois. 22, Sean Fay. 25, David Gay. And in goal for Northeastern, Gary LeMay. Cougars are coached by Del Hawksby, assisted by Frank Dumas and Steve Sullivan. Referees for this evening's contest, Todd Lambert and Tom Lacey. Arno on the far side, gets past the defense. Left-footed shot deflects off Beekmantown. It'll be a corner kick. Ashline with the boot, and it was off the shoulder of a Beekmantown player, and it just deflected off a defenseman right to Munson. That was almost in the net. Beekmantown had a tough time against Plattsburgh first game of the season. They lost by a 4-0 margin. I don't know much else about the team or about that particular game, but Plattsburgh was obviously in control. Long ball ahead right into the box, and Munson is there to control. Long and high. Daniels to the outside. It should go out of bounds and does. It'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. Anktel still trying to control. Pushes back in the center for Ashline. Ashline up the wing for Allen. And Munson calls off Tipton and controls the ball. This one a little short. Picked up by Fay, headed over the far side for Arno. Arno trying to get by, but steps on the ball. Out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. Early in the game, there's only 4 minutes gone. Still 36 minutes remaining in this first half. And Morelli on the far side tries to get a cross-off, and does. And it was out of bounds before he crossed it, says Tom Lacey. And it'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. Another short one, stopped by Fay and then headed into the center by the Eagles. Legree with a long ball down the wing. Arno should get there first. He gets the cross off. Munson gets there just in time, just in front of Scott Morelli. Now Munson, instead of punting it out, is going to try and throw it out. It's stopped by Engtel, but he missed kicks. And a long ball down. This is a tough one to pick up. It looks like number 19, Joe Newman. Newman pushes back, but it's broken up easily, and Engtel is there. Ryan Engtel. Down the wing, intended for Arno. Headed out by, I'll pick up these Beekmantown numbers. They're hard to see. They don't have a solid colored number on the dark shirt. Out of bounds, it'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. It's kind of hard to pick them up from a distance, but we'll do the best we can. Headed by Fay. And now the Eagles, now Morelli. And finally cleared by Renadette. Dupree tries to go down the wing. It'll go out of bounds and it'll be a throw-in for the Eagles. A long throw-in that Dupree couldn't handle, couldn't turn it, so he put it out of bounds, and the Eagles will walk it down the field. Dupree to Anktel. Dangerous. And it'll be an indirect kick for the Eagles. Tipton will take the... will set the ball up. Anyway, an indirect kick. From that distance, he can go ahead and whale away at it. If he was closer in, they'd want to tip it, touch it first. Headed out by Fay. Arno in the center, but, excuse me. But Alt gets there first. Back to Alt, he can't control, but finally does and pushes it up into the center. Ashline gets there, but beaten to the ball by Recor. Nice tackle by Dupree. Dupree, a long ball over the head of the defense. If Morelli can get there, he can't. It was bouncing too high. He would have had to use a handball to control it. And Eagles nicely clear it up. Stopped by Fay. Off Co. Ashline in the center. Allen offsides, and it'll be a direct kick for the Eagles. Coulomb straight in the air. Push to the outside for Karen. Karen up the wing, off Racine, out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Eagles. We're down to 31:56 remaining. Illegal throw. And a long throw down for Morelli off his shoulder. If that ball doesn't go off Scott Morelli's shoulder, he may have an opportunity to control that. But it deflected right to Travis Tipton after it deflected off Morelli's shoulder. A great throw by Ryan Anktel. Now here come the Eagles again. And all alone on the near side, he gets the shot off, and he did, but it went low and wide. A nice play by the Eagles, trying to catch Northeastern off balance on that counterattack. Nick Karen with that last shot that he just pushed wide. Now Anktel up in the center for Morelli. Gets by him and cleaned up and cleared by Tipton. Could be a handball, wasn't called, and Racine takes it to the outside. Racine back to the inside and then pushes up to Coulomb. Coulomb has room to carry. Chips high inside the box, and Munson is there. Deflected to Coulomb. Coulomb, a nice ball to Morelli. That's what they're looking for. Morelli tried to tip it over to Allen to get a give and go started. It was a weak pass, and the Eagles cleared it out of bounds. Coulomb tried to sweep it past Karen into the corner, but Karen would have nothing of that. Anktel gets by one. He has some room in the corner. He tries to put a cross off, but it goes right to Munson. Munson in good position. Munson's punt will go out of bounds. Alt. Into the center for Tucker Karen. And onto the far side, Dupree. Dupree takes out the Beekmantown player that looked like Lester Favreau, number 20 on the far side, unless that's, yeah, it must be 20. Unless it's 26, it's hard. The zeros, the sixes, and the nines, you can't make out very well. And the eights, and yeah, they're difficult. It's a difficult uniform to pick out. A nice corner to the far side. Cleared out by Fay into the center. Favreau back into the corner. Allen gets there first, gets the ball away, clears it up with the wing to Coulombe. A nice play by Allen, Colin Allen. Now Coulombe, a nice play to Ryan Inktill. Cougars passing well. Nice short passes, really working well up to Arno. Arno tries to get the cross off, but it deflects off an Eagle defender. Fay to Ashline. Ashline. Through pass for Arno and offsides again. Offsides again. Now the offsides, tough call and it stops you, but it shows that the Cougars are playing aggressive offensively, and I like those short passes. They were very, very nice. Allen to Coulombe. Coulombe just a little tip to Inktill. Inktill over to Fay. Fay to Arno. And then the crossing attempt, and then they continued with the short passes. And you can see how quickly, within a matter of seconds, they were up the field with those little short passes. Hard to defend against. Much easier to defend against that long pass in through the center. Allen tried to get across to Arno, but couldn't. Cleared out, picked up by Ashline. Ashline wants to go near side and does to Inktill. Inktill couldn't control, but to get the shot off, but it did go out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. Munson, short of midfield, deflects it back in towards Allen, picked up by Coulombe. Coulombe tries to go through to Morelli. Deflects right out again. Coulombe again, chips high, stopped by Alt. Deflected by Coe. And now cleared up the wing for Karen. Karen falls, but the Eagles maintain control. Tripping called, and it'll be a direct kick for the Eagles. Chipped high and wide, and it'll be a goal kick for Northeastern. Dupree with a nice goal kick just beyond midfield. Off a deflection picked up by Fay, but deflected back by the Eagles. Fay with a nice head to the far side for LaFountain. LaFountain to Delaney. Delaney with 2 goals against Saranac. The ball got just a little too far in front of him, and it was stopped by Munson. Munson got up slow. I don't know if he was kicked or just fell awkward. But he looks okay. And his punt is high but short. Coulombe. Cougars, I missed their substitutions. Looks like Jared Ashline is in there. Brian LaFountain I already mentioned. Jeremy Dragon and Brad Delaney. Legree with a long ball, but in the center, headed by Renaudet. Chipped high by Coulombe. Munson comes out and plays center field. Stopped by Fay to the far side for LaFountain. LaFountain tries to go down the wing, but it's Nobody but Tipton there. Tipton couldn't control, and it goes out of bounds. Northeastern will end up with a throw-in. Fay, a line drive that's headed right back out again. Stopped nicely by Ashline. Ashline in position. Tried to get it the far side, but he couldn't. Fay with a one that goes high over the crossbar. It's a field goal, but only in football it'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. Over everybody's head, picked up by Coulomb. Coulomb still controlling. He needs to go right down the wing. He decides to go back inside. He had Dragon on the near side, deflects deeper into Beekmantown zone, and Delaney trying to get it, makes contact with Munson.
Hey, buddy. Hello. We're late. Look at a farmer's market. Oh, yeah?
Here come the Eagles. Stopped by Legree. Legree right up through the center, but headed right out by Renadette. Fay on the far side. Northeastern needs to get back to that short pass offense. It worked well for him. Fay carrying through the center, has some room. Still trying to control, pushes to the far side, now tries to come through for Dragon, but it's cleared out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. Long throw into the center. LaFountain gets there, but he can't control it. I don't know what that, if he called a handball. LaFountain must have controlled the ball with a hand or his upper arm. That's the kind of call. I didn't see it directly, but if it happens in midfield, a lot of times the refs will let it go. But if it happens inside the box, they have to call that. If there's any question at all on how the ball was controlled that close that could end up in a goal, they've got to call that. Coulomb called for the charge, and it'll be Beekmantown ball. Ashline off a deflection over for LaFountain. LaFountain has Delaney. Tried to get it to Delaney, but pushed it too soft, and it's out of bounds off Lester Favreau, and it'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. Headed straight up in the air, and headed in, and Munson is there. It looked like LaFountain that headed that ball in the second time around. Munson short of midfield.
Come on. Get rid of that.
Well, I take it that number 17, I will have to change that. I was given the wrong name. I guess that is Paul Hamilton. And now I got to find out what number 3 is. Shot goes right in on Munson. He makes the stop. Since Paul Hamilton is the only Paul on Northeastern squad, then I'd have to say that that must be Paul Hamilton, and I was given the wrong numbers here. LaFountain makes contact, but controls the ball. Pulls back to Fay. Fay tries to go by, and it goes out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. And it heads right in on Munson. And Legree goes far side. Picked off by Renadette, but he can't control. Now LaFountain. LaFountain back into the center, nobody there. And it's picked off by Daniels. LaFountain gets it back again, too far in front of him, and the Eagles clear out. Northeastern playing well as far as their ideas are concerned, that short pass, that trying to control the ball a little bit better, but they still carry the ball too much and push the ball too much into the center when they're still deep. You can see the Eagle defense. You go right through the heart of the defense when you go in too soon. Keep the ball to the outside, you'll open up so many more scoring opportunities. Coulomb with a nice throw. punched out by Munson, headed by Ashline, but it goes right to Daniels. Now Alt chips down the wing, but it's headed by Racine, and now Hamilton. Hamilton off a deflection, and headed right out again by Tipton. Coulomb. Coulomb still trying to control and does. Tries to turn it. And here come the Eagles. Racine intercepts, pushes up into the center, stopped by Delaney. But Renadette dives right past. Oh, and misplay. Northeastern won't be able to take advantage of this because Munson comes right out. And the game is getting heated. Looks like the Eagles, although they haven't had many opportunities on net so far, they seem to get a breath of fresh air from some reason, and here come the Cougars. Racine clears out, Alt's there. Dragon up for Coulomb. Coulomb still carrying to the outside. Alt gets back into the play and clears the ball out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. Coulomb tries to get it and does get it to Ashline, but he can't control, and it'll be a throw-in for the Eagles.
Stay right on him.
Alt down the wing, headed by Ashline. Nice ball right to Dragon. Dragon can't control, and Alt's right there to clear. Delaney takes it back on his left foot, taking off the ball. Cougar fans asking for a trip, but I don't know. I think that's a pretty good defensive play. Delaney going from his right foot, trying to get the ball back to his left to get a shot off, and the Beekmantown player, I didn't see who it was, either stepped right on the ball or nonchalantly made contact with Delaney's ankle to take him off the ball, but not a bad defensive play. Northeastern substitutions, Morelli back in, Allen back in, Arno back in, Fay is back in for Northeastern, and Brett Langlois into the game for Northeastern. Also Ryan Aintil back in. We're down to 15 minutes remaining in this first. A long throw, punched out by Munson. Fay controls and chips right back in again. Allen's the only one there. If he can turn this volley, he does, but Munson is there to make the stop. Outstanding play. Outstanding play by Northeastern, and Munson equal to the shot. Munson's putt is high, just short of midfield. Must be awful hard to judge those things because nobody wants to get a head ball on those. Racine to Anktel. Anktel switches fields, intended for Arno, but it's headed by Favreau. Now Arno off a deflection, still trying to get the cross off. It does. Morelli gets there, deflects it, can't get the shot off. Allen is there, and it's in the net. Colin Allen from Scott Morelli, and Northeastern draws first blood. Fine play by the Cougars. Colin Allen from Scott Morelli, the 26:04 mark. Ball inside, both Morelli and Allen right about the 6-yard line against one Beekmantown defender. I think that was Alt. And when he went for Morelli, Morelli just tipped it to Allen, and Allen put it behind Munson for a 1-0 Northeastern lead. Langlois up for Allen. Number 42, Gene Giroux, is into the game for Beekmantown. Ball goes far side, triple teamed. The Beekmantown player goes down, and it'll be Northeastern's Matt Arno with the shot. Munson headed by Fay. Now Arno, but Tipton is there. Arno gives it off to Fay. Fay keeps it going for Engtel. Engtel with the shot that's high, and it'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. Tipton out towards midfield, and Northeastern's called for the push. Beekmantown's ball. Headed by Engtel. And now Allen on the near side, up for Morelli. We got a foot race. If Morelli can get by Tipton, Morelli does. Crosses over, and Arno's there, but just out of his reach. A fine effort by Scott Morelli and Matt Arno. The ball just out of Arno's reach. Morelli had Munson off balance. Munson was helpless. If Arno could have gotten to the ball, now Fay still carrying on the far side, puts a pass through for Arno. Stopped, and Arno will get a left-footed shot there, and it's off Giroux. And finally cleared by number 31, that's Adam Coe. And it'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. Dupree to Ashline. Ashline broken up nicely by Coe. And Dupree will do it again. We're down to 10:47 remaining in this first half. It's 1-0 Northeastern. Fade to Ashline. Ashline tries to get by. Broken up. Regains control. Pushes to the near side for Racine, and Racine keeps it going for Allen. Allen pushed off the ball by Giroux before it got there, and it'll be a direct kick for Northeastern. Legree chips high. Munson gets there and controls. Dan Munson playing well for Beekmantown. Headed by Karen, and now back in to the Beekmantown zone. Langlois. Ball taken away and cleared up for the Eagles. Now Dupree. Travis Dupree down the wing. Arno gets there. Going to be a handball. No, it's going to be a push from behind. Long ball down the wing, cleared out by Dupree. And the Eagles come right back in again. This one deep to the 18. Legree is there to clear. Allen heads the ball past the defense, all except Tipton. Tipton goes back to his goalie. And Munson clears it out. Fay broken up. Now Racine stops, tries to get by his man Nick Karen, and it's off Karen, out of bounds. Now Ashline, he couldn't save it, and it'll be a Beekmantown throw-in. Never stopped by Racine, deflects into the center to Ashline. Ashline right up through the center, and the Eagle defense mistake, and Morelli's going to take advantage of it. Right in past the 18, the shot just wide. Scott Morelli could not take advantage of that Eagle mistake. Tipton and Renadette ran into each other, took each other out of the play, and the ball just went squeezing right through them. And all alone, Scott Morelli miskicked, and he wanted that one back.
Fight! Back! Go, guys! Come on! Oh, Jesus. Get it back. I know it.
Morelli on the far side, gets the cross off, but it's out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. Headed by Morelli into the center. Arno gets there. Arno takes it to the far, tried to get it to the far side, but it's broken up by Renadette. Now Morelli. Morelli still trying to control. Surrounded by three Eagles. And switches fields over for Allen but it didn't make it for quite far enough. Misplayed by Ashline, but Legree will get there and turn it to the outside. And here come the Eagles. Broken up by Langlois to the far side for Fay. Fay broken up and down the wing for the Eagles. Picked up by Tucker, Karen. And he goes through. Racine is there, but he can't get to it, and LeMay comes out to control it. Gary LeMay pushed it out of bounds, and it'll be Beekmantown throw-in. A normally steady Northeastern defense, shaky for the last 30 seconds or so. A couple of miscues, and the Cougars are back on their heels. And it'll be the first Beekmantown corner kick of this game.
We're all giving them position.
Headed out by Dupree and taken on the far side by Arno. Arno can't get by the Eagle defender, and it's up high just over the net. That last shot taken, I think it was by Tipton. Chested down by the Eagles. I don't know if that's Joe Newman. So again, hard to see those numbers from this distance. But the call goes against Northeastern, and with 4:44 remaining, the Eagles threatening again. Eagles have some players on the outside, and it goes right to LeMay, who makes it look easy. Right back in again. Deflects out to Fay. Fay trying to keep it going. Could have been a handball, not called. Fay keeps it going again, this time to Morelli. Morelli pushes through for Arno, but he can't get there, and it's cleared out. Now Langlois tries to get it to Anktil, but it's taken away by Karen, and Karen down the wing. Legree gets there to stop it. It'll go out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Eagles. Karen with a long throw over the head of Racine, and LeMay calls off his defense wisely and controls the ball. Punt short of midfield off the back of Morelli and deflects to Allen. Allen down the wing. Tipton is there, and he clears up, but it's stopped by Allen. Allen crosses to the far side. Arno gets there, crashes into Munson, and it'll be Beekmantown ball.
Nice one, Ryan.
You won't see that call, I don't think, being made in the pro ranks, and possibly even not in the college ranks. But you got to remember, this is high school sports. Now, even though it was unintentional, you don't want players to be crashing into goalies like that. Too much chance for an injury. So I'd have to say that's a pretty good call. Straight up in the air, and Coulomb gets there but can't get a head on it. Now he does, over to the far near side for Anktil. Anktil broken up, and here come the Eagles. Coe keeps it going, stopped by Dupree, and Dupree pushes to the outside for Fay. Fay has a man down the wing and puts it to him, but it's just a little bit too much to the inside, and it's broken up by Tipton. Munson with another nice kick out to midfield. Alt gets there and chips it deeper into Northeastern zone, headed by Racine. Eagles fighting for it on the near side. Inktil gets there and chips it out of bounds. And it'll be a throw in for the Eagles.
I feel like an idiot.
Finally, the Eagles trying to control, and it goes deeper in the northeastern zone, and LeMay controls. He could have let that ball go out of bounds. Headed by LaFountain and now Tipton. Stopped by Fay. And there'll be a throw in for Northeastern. 37 seconds remaining in the first half, and a long throw by Fay. A beautiful throw, and it's taken by LaFountain, and LaFountain put a shot up, and Munson got way up in the air. I'm almost sure that ball would have gone over top of the net. Munson, not taking any chances, really extended himself to control the ball, deflected into the center for Delaney. Delaney goes down, but LaFountain gets there first, deflects off Tipton, and now here comes Inktil with 5 seconds left if he can get the cross off, and that's the way the first half is going to come to an end. 3-2-1, the buzzer sounds, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes for the second half. It's 1-0 Northeastern. Goal scored at the 26:04 mark, Allen from Morelli, and that's all we have, but we'll be back in a couple of seconds for the second half. As I'm a people person. Second half underway. 1-0 Northeastern lead, and the Eagles are going to try to come back and tie this thing up. They don't want to let Northeastern get too far ahead of them. Northeastern, very powerful club and very stingy defensively. In both those, in fact, Northeastern has not been scored on this year. It was a 1-0 shootout victory, first game of the tournament, and Morelli couldn't control, and Munson comes out to control, but a 1-0 shootout victory for Northeastern against Enosburg, and in the second game, a 2-0 victory against Peru, and the first game of the CVAC, a 6-0 victory, so Northeastern has yet to be scored on. But that can change rather quickly, and it'll be a throw in for Northeastern. Thrown in quickly. Coulombe through the center, has some room. Pushes through for Morelli. Morelli stops it, turns and shoots. It deflects wide, and it'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. Tipped in out into the center. Or I'm sorry, on the far side. Elbows are flying, and it should be Northeastern's ball. Ooh. I stand corrected. It'll be Beekmantown's ball. All alone in the center was Adam Coe, but he couldn't control. Now Morelli switches fields for Arno. Arno needs to go to the outside and does. He gets the shot off, and it's just behind the net. Now that's a tough play, but a good defensive play. Arno catching up to that ball, and the defender just knocked him off stride. Whether it was intentional or not, he did his job. He just knocked Arno off stride and didn't let him get to that ball. And that's all it takes. Many times it doesn't take a great slide tackle, or all it takes is just a little bit of weight in the right spot. And Arno, again, well wide and high. Just a little elbow, a little bit of a shoulder just to knock you off stride, and you've done your defensive job.
The next one. Go Cougars, let's go.
Low and through the center. Deflected by Coulombe and picked up by Newman. Newman broken up. Ashline gets there to Arno. Arno tried to get it back to Ashline, but nobody's there. And it's picked up by Favreau. Favreau down the wing. A nice ball. Dupree should get there first, and if it stops rolling perfect right in the center, and it's finally out of bounds off the Eagles, number 22, Tucker Karen, and it'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. Legree Deeper into the Eagles zone. Picked off by Tipton. Fay heads to Morelli. Through the center, here comes Arno. Arno past the 18, he'll get the shot off. And a beautiful play by Alt. Came all the way from the right fullback position and cut through and just got there in time to deflect the ball out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick for Northeastern, but a fine defensive effort by Tone Alt. Right through Munson, nobody there. Northeastern players started to move and then stopped. It'll be Northeastern's ball.
Someone's gonna get in a fight. They don't stop those. Give him a card. Get him on that.
And the shot right in on Munson. A fine shot, chest high, by Aaron Coulombe, and Munson equal to the shot. But as I was saying on that corner kick, it looked as though Northeastern players started to move in, started a little movement away from the ball, and then stopped. Oh. Pushed from behind, not called, and it'll be Northeastern ball out of bounds. Picked up by Tipton. Deflected to Coulombe, and Coulombe back into the center for Inktil. Inktil chips it by one, but can't get by Alt, and it's down the wing. Legree has time and punches a long ball up on the far side. It deflects out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. Morelli to Inktil. Inktil chips high. Munson is there. Legree up for Inktil. Alt defending, pushes the ball out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. 33-43 remaining in this second half. Still 1-0 Northeastern.
Wait a second.
Inktil with a cross. Arno gets there, nice header, and Munson snatches the ball off his right shoulder. He had the ball going in the right direction, did Arno, but it just couldn't get by Munson. A fine play on both sides. Fay switches fields over for Allen. Alt is there, off Allen. Allen still trying to fight for the ball. Alt playing good defense, pushes it out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. Inktil to Fay. He can't control, and it goes far side and cleared out by the Eagles. Nice trap by Karen. There's Legree to punch it back into Eagle territory. Inktil with a good header. Fay gets there. He can't, and Munson comes out between Fay and Morelli and picks the ball off. Arno still trying to control. Hold called on the Eagles, and it'll be a direct kick for Northeastern. Coulombe curving wide, and it goes out of bounds. Headed by Inktil, now Allen. To Coulombe. Coulombe misplayed by the Eagles. Morelli can't get there. It finally deflects off Morelli deeper into the zone, but cleared out now. Allen. Morelli surrounded by Eagles. 7 Beekmantown defenders right inside the 18. If that ball can squeeze wide, Northeastern's got a great opportunity, but the Eagles were able to clear it. Back in on Munson, and he makes the stop with Arno right there. 31:03 remaining in the second half. And a big boot by Munson. Dupree back in the center for Coulomb. Coulomb still controlling. Off Daniel, and Beekmantown ball to the near side for Record, broken up by Dupree. Down the wing, stopped by Dupree.
Sean, come on, baby, let's go! Intensity, let's go!
Pushed it into the center. Picked off by Daniel. Now Legree. Stopped by Alt, and Morelli goes far side. Anktil with a fine move to get by one. Anktil to Ashland, right up the wing for Allen. To the outside, back to Anktil. Coulomb has a man wide, decides to take it back in through the center. Broken up and off the post. Ryan Anktil with a shot off the post, and it'll be a goal kick for the Eagles.
Let's go, Cougars! Let's go, Cougars! Let's go, Cougars! Way to go, Aaron! Yeah.
Trading heads, and who's going to get control out of this? It appears the Eagles. Now Legree is there to break it up. Goes to Anktil. Ryan Anktil comes near side. Out of bounds.
Oh my God! Come on, man!
Coulomb comes away with it. Broken up. Down the wing, out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Northeastern.
Beautiful shot, beautiful!
Long throw-in, Morelli gets there, tries to get the ball by Munson, does, but Munson is able to turn around and dive backwards for it and make the stop. 28:08 remaining in the second half. It's 1-0 Northeastern, and the Cougars continue to put pressure on. Dupree gets there, chips up into the center. Morelli deflects to Arno. Arno takes the shot and deflects deep to midfield. Ashline through for Fay. Fay carries back, carries in, trying to get the shot off, gets by one and finally taken down. And it'll be a goal kick, or rather a corner kick for Northeastern.
He was supposed to pull that out.
And the Cougar corner kick goes for nothing. And it's chipped deep into Northeastern zone. Legree should get there first. Carries to the outside, can't control, and it'll be a throw-in for the Eagles.
Nick! You're a pony!
And then I had another appointment.
Morelli can't control, Alt does, and Alt deflects deeper into Beekmantown zone to the far side. Anktil gets there, pushes up for Morelli. Morelli back into the center for Anktil. Anktil chips a left-footed shot. Munson is there for the stop. That was a fine, quick shot by Ryan Anktil. That rush almost looked like an accident. It looked as though Northeastern kept punching the ball and it kept deflecting off somebody and going deeper and deeper into Beekmantown zone, but a very nice offensive effort by Northeastern. Northeastern substitutions, Brad Delaney back in, Brian LaFountain back in. On the far side, Jeremy Dragon. LaFountain gets it back and pushes down a wing for Dragon. Dragon gets across from there. LaFountain is in, pushed off the ball, and takes the shot and hits the back of the net. And again, another nice play. As I said before, you might not like it, but that was a fine defensive effort. Just enough of an arm on LaFountain to push him to knock him off balance, so he can't get the so he couldn't get the shot off, and it just delayed him enough. And by the time he regained his balance, the ball's not in position to be struck well. So that's what a defender's supposed to do. And it'll be Beekmantown ball with 25-10 remaining in this second half. Down the wing past Drew, but Tipton is there to clear it up. Angtill. And it'll be a direct kick for Northeastern.
Brian! Brian looking good, baby, come on!
Chipped high, headed by LaFountain over top of the net, and it'll be a goal kick for the Eagles.
Come on, Brian!
Stopped by Coulomb. Coulomb has a man in the center. He gets it to Delaney. If the Delaney could have pushed that ball or just trapped it enough to pull it onto his left foot, he's got a great opportunity. But he wasn't able to do that, and the Eagles cleared it.
Get back, DJ!
Coulomb pushes back for control, but nobody there except the Eagles, and here comes Karen on the far side, broken up. Angtill is there, heels back for Racine. Racine charging up, trying to keep the ball in play, and he can't, and right at midfield it'll be Beekmantown's throw-in.
I like that, let's go.
Angtill comes away with the ball and pushes it up through the center. Chipped right back in, and Dupree. Dupree to the near side, keeps it going up the wing if LaFountain can get there, and he does. He gets by one. Brian LaFountain will get a cross. The cross goes to Delaney. Delaney with a diving kick, a sliding kick, I should say. It dribbles to Munson, who makes the stop. Stopped by Dupree, and off a deflection, he kicks it again. Broken up by Dupree. Coulomb gets there, could have been dangerous. Not called, and Ashline now through the center, up for Delaney. Broken up, and it goes far side, out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Eagles. Fay pushes a nice ball up for LaFountain. LaFountain, if he can get there, he gets the shot off. A fine shot, and Munson made it look easy. Munson made the save look easy, but a fine play by Northeastern. And it'll be a push on Northeastern, and the Eagles with the ball. Headed by Coulomb into the center. Delaney is there. Delaney missed kicks, and the Eagles are able to control. Down deep in Northeastern zone, Legree. Legree clears it out of Northeastern's end of the field, and off deflection, Angtill. Angtill into the center for Coulomb. Coulomb comes near side for LaFountain. LaFountain has Fay back, wants support. Also Delaney in the center, and it's out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick for Northeastern. Number 3. Cougar substitutions. Paul Hamilton back in. On the far side, we've got Dragon back in. And I guess that's it. I can't see any other subs. Well, on the far side, I do. That looks like number 3, Jared Ashline. Ashline with the ball. Pushes through, but it hits David Favreau on the back of the leg and stops. Now here come Northeastern again. The ball beyond. And the Eagles control to the outside, out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. Brent Langlois into the game for Northeastern. Headed by LaFountain. Munson comes out and controls. And with 18:44 remaining in this second half, still 1-0 Northeastern. The Eagles hanging on. Cougars having some opportunities. Shot by Inktill off the post. A couple of other opportunities that were good shots that Munson made the saves look easy. But the Cougars with some opportunities, but unable to get anything else behind Munson. And the Eagles still within striking distance. Plenty of time left for Beekmantown to tie this game up. Down the wing. Eagles are bunched up. Nobody to pass it to if they did get control. And it's finally out of bounds, and it'll be Beekmantown ball. Ball skips through, stopped by Racine. Racine miskicks the clearing attempt, and it's shot high and wide. And it'll be a goal kick for Northeastern. Miskicked out of bounds. And the Eagles will throw it in.
Yes, sir, Tom. I'll be right on the ball here. Stop, come on, baby!
Eagles come away with the ball. A good ball through, and it's going to be an offsides. I didn't see that. That looked like both players were on sides from this angle, but of course, Mr. Lacey has a better angle than I do on that. But a fine play and a nice pass by David Favreau. The Fountain chips to the 18, and Munson comes out and makes the stop, and we're going to have a yellow card for one, if not both. And
Come on, what the heck?
number 2, I believe, Brad Delaney with a yellow card. He'll have to leave for one stoppage of play, and Scott Morelli back into the game for Northeastern. Chested down by Hamilton to Morelli. Morelli back to Hamilton, but it's short and picked off by the Eagles. Number 40, Dan Renadette. Eagle throw in. Favreau down the wing, stopped by Newman, and now back to Favreau. Favreau down the wing again, chested by Dupree. Dupree out of bounds off Rob Recor, and it'll be a throw in for Northeastern.
Right there. One on your back,
Morelli gets it through to Hamilton. Hamilton can't control, and it deflects out of bounds, and it'll be a throw in for Northeastern. Handball called, and it'll be Northeastern's ball, and they're slowly but surely working their way down the field.
Set it nice.
Legree miss kicks out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. Headed by Hamilton, it'll go out of bounds, and it'll be a throw in for the Eagles.
Again, Ed!
Headed by Dupree out of bounds. Now, the Eagles roster did not have a number 13 on it, but I see a number 13 out there, so unfortunately, he has a turn at being the unknown player. I don't like when that happens, but what can I do if I ask for a roster and I'm given one? And I copy all the numbers down. That's all I can do. Legree in the center. It's short. Stopped by Ashline. Now Racine clears to the far side. Eagles can't control, and it'll be a throw-in.
You're a pony!
Eagles hustling, but they can't get the ball by Ashline. Ashline with a long ball. Broken up at the last second by Tipton. And here come the Eagles again. Broken up by Racine. Now Ashline, Jared Ashline to the outside, out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Beekmantown. We're down to 12:51, and this is not a bad situation for Beekmantown to be in. Again, Beekmantown lost their first game to Plattsburgh by a 4-0 margin. And tonight, against a Cougar team that has played rather well thus far, they're only down 1-0. And the Cougars, although they've had the opportunities, have not been able to get more than that one goal by Allen from Morelli at the 26:04 mark of the first half. They're unable to get anything else behind Munson, so all it takes is a bad bounce or a good bounce, depending on what team you're talking about or who you're rooting for. And the ball gets through the defense, and the game is tied. Northeastern fans will think back to that defensive mistake by the Eagles where Scott Morelli was the recipient of the ball after the Eagles crashed into each other. Tipton and Renadette crashed into each other, and Morelli came away with the ball and went in on a clean breakaway. Nobody near him except Matt Arno, who was getting ready to pick up any rebounds possibly, but Morelli miskicked and the ball went wide. So you think back to plays like that, and anything can happen in the next 11:24 of this second half. Cougar substitutions. Matt Arno back in. Angel on a long ball, picked up by Munson. Let's see, Matt Arno, Sean Fay, Aaron Coulombe, Jeremy Dragon, and Ryan Angel back into the game for Northeastern. Another well-hit ball by Munson. Again, must be awful hard to judge those things. They're so high, because I don't think I remember any time anybody got a direct head on the ball off one of his punts.
2 for 1, you got it. Go ahead, no whistle, no whistle.
Back to Legree, and Legree goes up the wing. Nobody there except number 31, Adam Cohen, and Coulombe off a deflection, has a man on the outside, pushes through. Fay gets there, trying to keep it going for LaFountain, but it's stopped by Favreau. Now Daniel.
Come on! Get it back, guys, get it back.
Headed by Ashline into the center, where it's picked up by Coe. Coe tries to go back for control, and it's out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Northeastern. Long throw into the box, nobody there except Eagles, miskicked. And the shot comes from a distance, just outside the 18 by Fay. And Munson with the stop. 8:51 remaining. Stopped by Coulombe. To the far side, Dragon gets it back into the center. LaFountain wants to turn it. He's got some support. LaFountain called on the handball, and that was an unintentional handball. Looks like Brian LaFountain is going to get a yellow card. A little extracurricular activity. And Travis Tipton with a yellow card for Beekmantown. Both players will leave for at least one stoppage of play. That's the third yellow card given out in tonight's contest. Eagles into play, right out of bounds, and Northeastern will come right back.
Come on, Bay Rosie's here, baby! Nice throw!
Let's go, buddy. Let's turn. Get back. Let's send it right back in.
Oh.
Nice.
White foot, red. Come on! Oh my God! Pull some on the red here, baby! Come on, baby!
Off the back of Matt Arno, out of bounds.
That's right, baby, that's right!
A nice ball down the wing. Dupree gets there, pushes it out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for the Eagles. And the Eagles now slowly moving down the field. And this is what I was talking about. We're down to 7-16. If the Eagles can put the ball in the net now, right in through the center, and finally cleared out. Chipped right back in again, though, by the Eagles' ult. Dupree to the outside, saves it, but keeps it in, and it's up to Favreau to the 18, and finally cleared out by Inktel. Inktel to midfield. Tipton gets there. Tipton right back, broken up by Ashline. Now Morelli through the center for Arno. Matt Arno trying to get by the defense and does off a deflection. Matt Arno in the net. And it's 2-0 Northeastern, and that takes a little bit of the wind out of Beekmantown's sail and gives Northeastern a little bit of breathing room.
Told you you'd get one, Matt. That's the way.
Matt Arno unassisted at the 33-25 mark gives Northeastern a 2-0 lead. And right after that goal, Arno called for the push, and it'll be Beekmantown ball. Now the Eagles really have their work cut out for them. For the whole second half and part of the first half after Northeastern scored their first goal, the Eagles could take it easy. They could just bide their time, be patient, and try and get that tying goal in. But now, with a 2-0 Northeastern lead, the Eagles are going to have to open it up. And when they do, it's going to make it that much more easy for the Cougar offense. The Eagles won't have the luxury of blocking up in front of the net. Tipton is there, traps and clears, and right back at midfield again. Here come the Eagles. LeMay calmly waits for the ball, and now he'll punt it out to midfield. Stopped by Fay, headed to Morelli. Morelli pushed through for Arno. Arno with some speed, gets by one. Arno goes in and fires wide. Fires wide. It appeared that all Matt had to do was just touch the ball to his right, to Dan Munson's left, and that was a goal. Munson playing to the far side, and he tried to put a bullet into the inside the far post, and it just curved wide. So it's still 2-0 Northeastern. But again, you saw how Northeastern, how quickly they got down the field, because the Eagle offense, the Eagles going with or trying to increase their offense. They're opening up defensively, and here they come again. Morelli to Coulomb. Coulomb chips into the middle, stopped and cleared. Faubert into the game, takes a long shot, deflects wide. Allen is there. Allen takes the shot, and it's just wide. And as I was saying, in the last 2 minutes, Northeastern has had 3 good opportunities on net. And that's a result of the Eagles opening up to try and get one in. We're down to 4:05 remaining in the second half. It's 2-0 Northeastern. Headed to the far side or near side by Arno. Broken up by Fay, and it'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. Munson almost to midfield, stopped by Ashline. Cleared near side. Fay is there. Fay broken up. Out of bounds, and he's called for a hold. Ashline gets there. Finally controlled by Allen on the far side. A long ball up with under 3 minutes. We're down to 2:55 remaining in this second half. Ashline down the wing for Allen. Allen.
Wait, my mom's coming over. No, I think I'm just gonna go home.
We're seeing missed kicks, but he still has enough time to control and go down the wing for Allen. Out of bounds, it'll be Northeastern throw-in. Near side. They trying to control and does. He gets the shot off, and it's right at the crossbar. Munson makes the stop. Legree turns it to the near side. It looked as though Hamilton, or rather LeMay, was trying to call Legree off, trying to say, I'll control the ball. But Legree turned it to the near side, and with 1:27 remaining, Legree tripped, and it'll be a direct kick for Northeastern. The Cougars are 1 minute and 12 seconds away from their fourth straight shutout. Quite an accomplishment.
Come on, Fay, get in there, big guy. Yeah.
Into the center, pushed back by Fay and cleared out by the Eagles. Tipton. Now Legree with a long ball. Chested down by Fay. Fay tries to chip it into the center, missed kicks, and Tipton comes away with it. Stopped by Fullbear. Fullbear pushes through. The Eagles are right there. Now Fay, missed kick to the near side, and with 32 seconds remaining, Arno slips just as he was trying to turn and cross the ball, and it'll be a throw-in. Northeastern throw-in. I thought that was off Arno, but it'll be Cougar throw-in with 18 seconds. Fay with a long throw off Munson. Coulon with the shot, and it's just wide. And with 9:87, that should be it. I don't think the Eagles even need to put the ball into play again. With 3, 2, 1, that's it. Buzzer sounds. The game is over, and the Eagles are, or rather the Cougars, are victorious. For a wrap-up here, Colin Allen from Scott Morelli at the 26:04 mark was the only thing that Northeastern would end up needing. That goal scored in the first half, and that's the way the first half ended. In the second half, Matt Arno unassisted at the 33:25 mark to finish off the victory, 2-0 Northeastern. A good game, as I said before, a good win for Northeastern, their fourth straight shutout. Good control in the game. They showed a lot of movement away from the ball like they weren't showing that before. So they're getting better in that area. They're getting better in their short passes and control game. So all in all, a very fine effort by the Cougars. A good effort by Beekmantown, not as talented as they were in years past, but the Eagles never gave up, and a bright spot for the Eagles. Their goalie, Dan Munson, had a fine night in net for the Eagles. That's the way it was this 11th day of September, 1998, at Northeastern Clinton Central School in beautiful downtown Champlain. Northeastern 2, Beekmantown nothing. Thanks for watching Hometown Cable.